Hey y'all, it's me, Dolores with DW Workforce Collective, and I'm here with a quick tip of the day for our HR professionals. So, all my HR pros, come on up to the front, and guess what? Anybody else that want to just listen, be nosy, watch, or just enjoy this quick little post, stick around. But anyway, for my HR professionals, I have a challenge for us. I want to challenge us to be HR professional, super supportive coaches instead of policy police. What do I mean by that? Policing policy gets us a different result as opposed to coaching to build confidence, to build confidence in our leaders and the employees that we support. There's the big thing that HR, a lot of employees feel that HR is not approachable. And part of that has to do with the way we handle situations that arise. Now listen, crises come at different times, and sometimes we got to handle things, we got to pivot, we got to stop, we got to do all these different things and figure out a solution. But I want to just get us in this core mindset of coaching instead of policing policy. So what does that mean? What does that look like? Number one, start with curiosity. Instead of us saying, did you follow the process? Try this approach. Try saying, hey, walk me through the steps you took to get to that decision. Walk me through the steps you took to get to that idea or that expected end. What it does for the manager, for example, if we're dealing with a manager, it helps them kind of think through their process, and then it opens up the door for communication for us to give them feedback, to support them, to make them only better in their decision making. Not, did you follow the process? This is what the policy says, 1, 2, 3, and 4. But it's building that wall of, they only come to tell us what to do. They only come to enforce something. If we can get in a place where we are communicating and showing that we are interested in their thought process and how we want to support their thought process in a way that it can match and add up to the expected end of referring to the policy and following those steps, that is a better outcome, number one. Number two, ask guiding questions. What that means, coaching questions helps managers think critically. I'm looking at my notes, so don't be over here judging me. I had to write this stuff down. So, what does coaching questions look like? What options have you considered? What does guiding questions look like? It looks like, what options have you considered? Or what support do you need to move forward? It shows that HR is trying to partner with management, partner with those that we're supporting to get them to make decisions. It builds decision-making muscles, okay? And that's the goal. We want to empower employees. We want to empower managers in this instance to be able to have that decision-making muscle to make the right decision at the right time. Number three, normalize documentation as a leader. I'm not starting over. Normalize documentation as a leadership tool, not as a punishment, but as clarity. So documentation helps you tell the full story. Documentation protects both you and the employee. I never forget. I had a supervisor come to me and say they don't document anything because they were told not to. But you coming to me thinking I'm about to fire somebody off of something you said when you don't have any substantial evidence to support it. That's not happening. I'm not giving the recommendation to terminate someone just based off of what you said. We need to start building something and building, not necessarily a case, but building that support and documentation to show that you did all you could do to make sure you put your best foot forward in supporting the employee. Okay, so number 4, model the behavior you want them to use. This is for us. Us as HR professionals, we need to be the change we want to see, right? So when we communicate, for example, be calm, be clear, be consistent, and be intentional, because managers will mirror that. I've seen it for myself. Number 5, focus on capability, not compliance. Well, compliance is important. Absolutely. I said focus on capability. So compliance, that's the foundation, right? So that's the floor, if you will. Capability, that's the ceiling. Coaching, when we coach instead of police policy, it builds leaders who can handle tough conversations. It builds leaders who can handle and manage performance issues and conflict independently. So we have to be able to make sure, I had to adjust my chair, sorry. We have to be able to make sure that we're focused on capability, make sure we're encouraging them to focus on capability, not compliance. There's a time to address compliance, because that's the foundation. But we want managers to be capable to do what they're supposed to do. So many organizations have managers that don't have capability because they were never shown the correct way to communicate, the correct way to even do performance improvement plans effectively. Do you know the goal of a performance improvement plan is actually to make sure the employee has the tools necessary to improve their performance? That's not the end all to start their pathway to destruction out of the organization. So we gotta be these forward thinkers and making sure of that. So number 1, let's go back to number 1. When we're looking for coaching instead of policing, which is just policing, we just catching mistakes, but we're looking for coaching to build confidence and to build confidence in our managers. Number 1, we want to start with curiosity. We want to start with just kind of helping, understanding where they're coming from, because it shows that we're present, right? And it shows that we're wanting to hear from them, and we want to build partnership with them. We want to ask guiding questions, not accusatory questions. Number 3, so number 1, start with curiosity. Number 2, start with guiding questions. Number 3, normalize documentation as a leadership tool, not as punishment. Documentation helps you tell the full story, as I mentioned. Number 4, model the behavior you want them to use. Be the change you want to see. It's all on little coffee mugs. And matter of fact, I got one in my office somewhere. It says, be the change you want to see. So model that behavior. That's the number 4. The model that behavior. Don't just say do it. Do it. You as the HR professional, show them what that looks like. And number 5, focus on capability and not compliance. Yes, compliance is the ground level. Compliance is the foundation. Capability is the ceiling. Coaching builds leaders who can handle the moments that are not so comfortable, the tough conversations, the performance issues, and conflict independently. Because if you focus on capability, you shift the game. You shift the game. So if the leaders get on board and can be effective and have those tools necessary, they can empower their employees to be successful in their roles. Okay, that's all I got. I'll be back on here soon, I guess. Hope y'all having a great day. Listen, it takes the collective. That's why DW Workforce Collective is here to help us be collectively successful as HR professionals. All right, y'all take care. Peace.